Welcome to New World Mixed Martial Arts Virtual Series 1. Got Coach Miguel, Coach Bill, we're teaching basic combinations. We're going over the jab, the cross, the hook, and then in sequence doing the 1-2-3, 2-3-2, and 3-2-3 combinations. Okay. All right, so we're going to do it with the focus mitts so we can explain what the things look like in live action. Miguel's going to be working from the orthodox lead. So I'm going to go to left lead forward, and we'll do it in combinations. We want to also thank our unofficial sponsor, Proforce Martial Art. No, not really. They're from Asian world, but I don't really promote different equipment, but whatever. All right. So the first punch we want to go over is basically the jab. Jab is the lead punch. It's the feeder to let you set up for further punches. All right. So generally speaking, with the jab, it's the lead hand from the left stand. So when he extends his arm, what he wants to do is, you notice that when he's extending his arm, he's not, his shoulders are not down and his chin is not up. He wants to keep his chin down, shoulders forward, and then his body is pitched at a slight of an angle, so he gets more extension. So he's actually turning his body like 45, maybe 30 degrees to the inside, right? You also notice that his other hand, which is his right hand, in this particular case, is going to be his cover hand. Whenever you throw the jab or up the punch, you always make sure you're covering with the opposite hand. You want to defend the opposite part of your body, right? The other way to do the jab also is to get more extension. You can also post up off the heel of the foot. So you're pushing on the ball, leaning forward of it. So I don't know if you can see in the camera, but he's actually pushing off of the heel to get more extension in. All right. So we're working only one version of the jab. We're not going like the 5 jabs that we normally use. We're just going to this basic ones. Okay. So the first one we're going to do is what's the jab. So he extends out and he pulls it back again. Extends out, pulls it back. Extends out, and pull it back. That's really simple. All right? All right. So we're going to do a couple of them in live action, and then we'll move on to the next punch. All right? And go. Shoulder turn. Good. Good. And go. Good job. All right. Okay, so now next what we're going to do is the cross. So we're actually going to change the position of what we're doing. That way you can see the opposite hand. So, all right. So now he's not going to be doing this lead hand anymore. He's going to be doing the rear hand, right? So the principle of the cross is pretty much similar, okay? All he's going to do is he's still rotating his shoulders across the position, and he's going to be punching down the center, all right? Now, if you can see the footwork, what Miguel's also doing, he's stepping out a little bit. That way, when he punches down the center line. Because if Miguel actually punched straight, he would actually be punching more to the opposite side of my body. So what he's going to do is he's going to shift his front leg and then turn his shoulder. That way he punches directly down the pike, all right? That's the idea. Now, this is also the difference between the cross and then the straight right. The straight punch is actually a straight punch. So that's why when he steps and fires the punch right to the middle. If he fires just the cross, he would actually be crossing the line but not moving, all right? So that'd be a little bit different. So we're going to be going, we're going to call it the cross, but it's really a straight right, all right? So, again, he steps out just a little bit to get his position, to extend his shoulder and turns his hips, again, pivoting off with his foot. He's going to lift his heel up also the same way he did, and then get more rotation of the punch. Okay. All right, so we're going to do slow, and then we're going to do a couple at speed, okay? So, position, right, shoulder turn, good, and right, we're going to speed, okay, right, and go, good, right, go, more rotation, good, good, one more, good, okay, good. All right, so that's going to be the cross, or the straight right. Now we're going to be going to the next punch, which is called the hook, all right? Hook is more, not necessarily an outside punch, more inside punch. So actually we're going to do, I'll take it a little step closer. If he throws a hook from here, he'd probably miss it, and he would have to step forward to get distance anyway. So what we're going to do is we're going to do everything from the close range. Hooks, uppercuts, and mostly inside techniques. Okay, so this one's a little bit more difficult. All right, this one actually requires a lot of dynamics in it. Actually, I'm going to show you this one. I'll just show you the front. Okay, so what happens is when I throw, just for a second, thank you. All right, so what happens when I throw the hook, all right, I personally like to do a rotation inwards and then a rotation to this position. So what I do is I turn my elbow forward first, and then I fire my punch to secondary. And also I'm doing a lot of pivoting. So the first one I'm doing a pivot like I'm firing the straight right. The second pivot I'm doing is the lead. So I'm pivoting on the ball of my foot, kind of like a little twisting movement, right? So I do this first because if you do this in combination, you would be able to throw the cross, and then you would fire the hook, all right? So that's why I'm teaching you to show this movement first, which is also an evasion for a punch. Like if Miguel and I were in line, So let's just say Miguel was starting to cross with me. So what I do is get out the way of the cross, and then I rotate to the hook that direction, or I can stay in the rotation position off of there, and I can go right to the body and go for like a liver kick, a liver punch. Okay, all right. So again, I'm in this position. I'm just gonna dip, make sure my hand's in my cover position. Then I'm gonna rotate into the punch. I can also, that's called a short hook because I'm rotating in the short distance. If I want to do a long hook, I would do this way, and I would stay in that pivot, and I would fire my hook from this position without actually pivoting into my punch. All right. So turn, fire the punch, or I turn and then fire the punch and then rotate back again. All right, hands always stay in position. I could punch the hand in the horizontal position, or I can also punch in the vertical position. Usually, if I'm punching to the head, I have my hand in the horizontal position. If I'm punching to the body, I like to go to my hand in the vertical position. So, having said that, let's go ahead and see what the hook looks like. Hopefully he'll do it. Yeah, you still remember how to do hooks?
Yeah. And it's the one where it's like a circle, right?
It's like a circle, yeah. Okay. Okay, guys, here we go. Okay, let me look forward a little bit. Okay. All right, so first thing he's going to do is do the rotation. Don't do the step, just do the rotation, all right? So this rotation, yeah. So like if I was going to reach out to him and do the cross, he's going to pivot his shoulder this way first, and then he's going to rotate into the punch, all right? So that's the idea, and then twist into the punch, good, all right? So I'm going to hold the pad at this level. We're not doing super hard punches, so I'm not going to feed it to him that difficult. I'm going to keep it right here. Rotate in, and then punch. Rotate in, then punch. Rotate in, punch. Rotate in, and then punch. Now go vertical, more to the body, and it goes to the body. It's like a hook, but they also call it a shovel hook. So if you can do a shovel hook, you can kind of turn it this way. That way it's like an uppercut, and then a hook almost combination. So we'll do it at speed. Okay, ready, and go. Yeah, ready, go. Ready, go. Ready, go. One more time. There you go. All right. Okay, so that's the jab, cross, and hook. Now we're going to do it in sequence. We're going to do 1, 2, 3. So jab, cross, hook all together, okay? All right. And it's going to be a little more live, so make sure you don't have a lot of room to move around, save your space, but we'll see what happens, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3 combination, right? Yeah, 1, 2, and then 3. Again. 1, 2, 3. There you go. 3, and go. Okay, up, there you go. Ready? Okay, go. Right. Yeah, ready? Go. There you go. Go. There you go. There you go. And go. Okay, jab, cross hook. All right, now we're gonna do a one long run-on video. When we stop and edit it, I don't know how to work the editing stuff that well, so we're gonna go ahead and make it all one blur. All right, so now we're gonna do the same punches. We're doing it in different sequence. This is called Punch Series 2, which is the cross hook cross. So now the 2 comes first, then the 3, and it finishes off the 2 or the straight right, or you can call it cross. Okay, so there's the 2, there's the 3, and there's the 2 right behind. Okay, so again, 2, and then 3, and then 2. All right, and one more time, 2, 3, and then 2. Now we'll do it at speed. Okay, ready? And go. Yeah, ready? Go. Good, go. And up. Yes, go. Good, go. And chase it, go. Good. All right, that's cross hook cross. Now we're going to go to the last combination, which is a 3-2-3 hook cross hook. This is probably one of my favorite ones. Usually I put a 2 on the end of that just to finish the guy off, but you'll see how it works. Okay, so the 3 is going to work first. All right, so 3, then it's going to be the 2, and then it's going to be the 3. So again, 3 first, 2, and then 3. All right, we'll do it one more time slow, then at speed. Good, good. Okay, good at speed, and go. Good, go. Good, go. Good, go. And go. Good, go. And go. And go. And go. And one more time. Good, okay, good. Now give me one more and finish up with that 2. That's the last one. 3, 2, 3, 2. Good, go. Good, one more. Good. Okay, so there's your basic punch combinations with mitts. You see what they look like. The previous video was on the heavy bag, but we wanted to show you what it looked like actually with punching with mitts in actual live action. Miguel's pretty fast. Pretty good puncher, huh? All right, good. Okay, so that's the end of video series 1 for the punch combinations with mitts. Next we're going to do is combinations. We're going to do evasive movement with slips and then bobs and weaves, okay? All right, good job. Thanks.